Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is March 26th, and that means day 85 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we revisit the body parts for the OpenRC F1 project, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 85 of the 3DP 365 project. We're still working on the OpenRC F1 project, and I hope you're following along and building your own car. If you want to get caught up on where we are, I created this cool playlist, and that should get you caught up on the prints. But for today's episode, we revisit the body parts for the OpenRC F1 project because I forgot to print one important item, and that would be the center body piece. And our print turned out pretty good, and I'm really happy with the results. But of course, first, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download these models. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay, so here we are back over at Thingiverse. Here is the OpenRC F1 project. And for today, we are printing out that center body piece that I forgot to print when I originally started printing the body parts. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this part. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed just the way we printed it. And I have to say, I did not use support when I printed this, and it still turned out pretty awesome. So let me show you my process settings. We did our 0.2mm layer height, and we moved it back down to 3 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at only 4 outlines. For infill, I went back down to 20%, and we may have to do this again depending on the weight, but that's our base infill for right now. We did not generate support material. Under temperature, I'm using a single temperature for my MatterHackers PRO PLA, and that's 208. And I have my 3-stage cooling system set up. Under speed, we dropped this down to 40 millimeters per second just because of that steep angle of the printing part. So let's hit OK, and let's hit prepare to print, and I'll show you how it's sliced. And that was a real-time slice of the part, and let's play this through so you can see how it prints. And we have a couple of areas here for some screw holes, and then we have the singular body parts that are going to print out separately and go in the air on that really cool little angle. Let me speed this up so you can just see how this prints. And that's a pretty steep angle. It's nothing unusual, and I didn't want to use any support material because I didn't want to mar up the surface. So let's head over back to the workbench and let's talk about the print. Alright, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D, and here's our finished print, and I think it turned out pretty good. I do have a few little layer skips on here, and I'm not exactly sure why. I do need to really clean out my extruder before I proceed with printing any more of the parts. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty good, and I'm really happy with the results. This MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color Pearl Blue looks really cool for these body parts. And my gMax did an amazing job of printing this, because this printed just like this. And I didn't use any support at all on this, I just let it print. And the results are awesome. I am really happy with this. And how I found out about this was I was browsing through the parts and I thought there should be something to hold up that deck lid that we printed first. And of course I found this part. So I knew this needed to be printed in that MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color Pearl Blue so it would match the rest of our body parts. And like I said, I think it turned out pretty awesome and I'm really happy with the results. And as you can see, this piece is super important. And our OpenRC F1 car is really coming along. Well, that about wraps it up for day 85 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys are building your own OpenRC F1 project cars too. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.